All right, welcome back. In this lesson, I'm going to introduce blocks. So blocks are applications that you can use within Airtable and that will leverage the data that you have in each of your tables. So think of blocks like applications in your app store. You need to select them and then configure them, and then they'll use your data to accomplish various tasks. So in this lesson, I'm first going to show you a first block, the chart block, which will give us a visualization of our current pipeline and how many deals we have at each stage. So just as a reminder, I'm here in my pipeline table. I have it grouped by stage, and we have the value of each deal after the product level discounts that we've afforded to each client in the deal value discount. So right now I have 282,000 in the qualification phase, 247,000 in the evaluation phase. And what we want to do with blocks is give us a visual representation of each one of these sums for the sum of deals we have in each stage. So once you upgrade to the Pro plan, you have access to this little block tab. So I'm going to add a block, and we're going to go with the chart block. But before I do that, let's talk a little bit about the options that we have here. So most of the blocks currently in this marketplace or this app store are created by Airtable. So pivot table, search, things like that. But we do have a few what I'll call third-party blocks. So there's SendGrid, which is a application that helps you send emails. There's Clearbit, which helps enrich information once you have someone's email or their name, so on and so forth. So we're going to go ahead and use the chart block, which will allow us to visualize our pipeline. So let's add that to our base, and we have access to this kind of creator or the settings that we want for this block. So remember, what we want to do is visualize our pipeline so we know how many deals and what value of deals we have at each stage in our pipeline. So yes, we're going to go ahead and use the pipeline table. The view, we're actually going to go with all opportunities. So we're not removing any opportunities that may be filtered out or aren't visible in our other views. We want a bar chart. Yes, we want to show access lines. So we are going to group our x-axis or our value by status. So that is qualification, evaluation, proposal, so on and so forth. And in the y-axis, what we want is a field. So we want our deal value discounted. And so this gives us the sum of the value of each deal we have at each stage. So as I mentioned before, we have 282,500 in qualification and 247,500 in evaluation. So this gives us a visualization of our pipeline. We can make this a little more granular by grouping by the priority of each deal. So that'll give us an idea of how much do we have at each stage and in each priority level for the sum of our deals. So let's add that. There we go. And now we have the chart block, which is now accessible from the right of my base. Now that we have our block that helps us visualize all of the deals or the sum of the deals that we have in each step of our pipeline, one of the most nifty features that is provided here is that we can actually click on any of these bars and see which records kind of comprise that bar. So if I click on proposal and low priority, I can see each record that kind of comes to that value or is part of that bar. So I know that gather price and renewal, and I can quickly dig in and get more information. So it's actually a much more convenient way to do what we call pipeline review. So just kind of looking at which deals are in each section and seeing how we can move them forward. So very, very convenient. So we've added a Airtable created block. Let's go ahead and try out a third-party block. So let's try Clearbit block. And Clearbit is a contact enrichment tool. So let me just get started. I'm going to put in my API key. There we go. I'm not going to go in depth on Clearbit, just going to quickly show you how it works to give you an idea of the power of blocks, and you can explore them on your own. So Clearbit essentially helps you find people's email addresses. So let's try to find myself. So let's say I currently work at locallogic.co and I'm looking for myself, Aaron. I can search, I can make that request, and it said it's found one result. And then it asks me, okay, well, where do you want to add it? I want to add my contact details to the contacts table, and then mapping the fields that it's found about this person to our table. So let's say email address, I want to put it in the email. Full name is going to go into name, and then title is going to go into title. And then, so I have my email address at work, my name, and my title. So we can create that record. And if I go into the contacts table, I now have my contact details as a record in that table. So with that, we have one Airtable block, which is chart, and then one third-party block, which is Clearbit. And that's what I wanted to show you as an introduction to blocks. There are a ton of other blocks that I'll let you discover on your own. Whenever you're trying to visualize your data or trying to get a third party to leverage the data in your Airtable, feel free to give a look at blocks and see if one of them can kind of fulfill your needs. So in the next section, we're going to look at the different styling options that are unlocked in the premium version. See you there.